What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN, USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 21st day of October. Here we are sitting at about $0.0089 right now, 11 hours and 8 minutes left in the day. We're down 1.3%, and that's no fun. But when we compare it to Bitcoin, which is down 1.34%, that's not bad. Being down as much as Bitcoin, or even actually just a hair less than Bitcoin today, it's actually nice to see. It's nice to see whenever Bitcoin moves down and you don't move down more. Typically, altcoins do move down at a faster pace than what Bitcoin moves down. So keeping up with BTC is nice to see. I would assume then that when Bitcoin starts to rally, when Ethereum starts to rally, other coins start to rally, OnyxCoin will probably be part of that, right? We're moments away, you guys. We're moments away, and the signs are there that we're about to see some fantastic upside. You're gonna get left behind. I know it's boring, you guys. We're asleep at the wheel right now, but man, look at this, right? Like from the 29th of March. Imagine how boring this was here. I would very much, and not just boring, but faith testing. What's the word I'm looking for? It's faith shaking even. Like you're literally at the ends of your rope here. You've been moving down consistently. You have no reason to believe that you're going to move up. I mean, we had every reason to believe that we were going to move up, right? The land of the rising sun prevailed. We're in the land of the rising sun now. For those of you that don't know, if you missed the Chronicles of Justin Sun, there's a bit of a tiff between Justin Sun and Chain and the Onyx DAO back here. He said some things that he didn't mean. He took it back, and then we pumped right through the roof. But this dump was literally because of him accusing Onyx DAO of some fraudulent stuff. But then he took it back because they were threatening him with legal action. Anyways, 00893. 11 hours and 6 minutes. By the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. On that note, for anybody hearing that, I fully believe that this was manipulated. I fully believe it was. Absolutely. Good manipulation, right? We're probably going to get a nice manipulated move to the upside as well, right? The dollar's manipulated. Everything's manipulated. It's don't hear that and automatically think, oh my God, what am I doing, right? Everything's, Bitcoin's manipulated. Everything's freaking manipulated, man. 00893, 11 hours and 6 minutes left here. I would directly compare what's happening here with what we did back here. It feels the exact same. And in fact, if we look at this on a daily time frame, the RSI is even similar, right? We're here, we've hit the oversold zone. We had bullish divergence forming here. We've got bullish divergence forming here. The stochastics had bullish divergence back here. We have bullish divergence now. The MACD was a little bit lower here. It's a little bit more tame, but very similar circumstance overall. If anything, I think we're more bullishly postured here, and we do have this look of a double bottom, right? Which is really nice to see. I really wouldn't be surprised in the least. Just imagine how surprising it was this week here when we moved all the way up here in 1 week's time, right? Really, it was like 3 days' time. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we saw a more robust move, right? And by the end of the month of October, we're all the way up here or above this even. You know what I mean? Like it's going to happen in a very short amount of time. We are on the brink of the break, you guys, and I think we're just waiting for the rest of the market to do the same, right? Whenever Ethereum kicks off, whenever altcoins kick off, Bitcoin kicks off, we should see some life come back to this thing. And again, just like last time here, April 7th was the low. That was the low across the board for a ton of different cryptos. I'm assuming that we are going to move up in tandem with the rest of the market like we did last time, but we're probably going to move up with a bang because, again, we've been consolidating now for almost a year. Really, for almost an entire year, for about 3/4 of a year, we've been consolidating. So we've got a lot of pent-up aggression to take out. All the sellers are gone. When all the sellers are gone, what happens, man? You have an easy time moving up, okay? Just like last time. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame here. Come on now. 1 hour time frame. We're on Coinbase. You're picking up a little bit of volume, but not a whole lot. In fact, this is the most volume we've seen on a 1 hour candle since the 19th there. It looks like it's buying pressure. Let's see, 15 minutes. I mean, every sell's a buy, every buy's a sell. Yeah, you got a lot of volume down at this level. I think that's good. That looks good right there. The RSI is very neutral. If anything, we're in a position here where I would suppose that we move up higher. Same thing with the stochastics. Stochastics are ugly, if we're being fair. The MACD does have bullish divergence, but I'm not really wooed by it. You know, come back down if you need to. You can come lower. I'm not saying that you will, but you can, and it's okay if you do. Low to high. You know, if you were to move lower, maybe down to 0088, 0085, you're at 0089 now, so Nothing dramatic, but it could happen. I do think that we're going to be moving up higher here pretty soon, though. 4-hour time frame. Looking at this, the 4 hour seems to be trending higher, right? We do have higher lows. This would allow for the price to come down. It would allow for the RSI to come down a little bit. Higher lows here, higher highs here. It's almost like a parallel trend, right? Something like that. Maybe more like this. Whatever the case may be, something like that, right? We could definitely come lower, find support there, and then move higher. If we were to see a move like that in the RSI, I think that would correspond with something down at about 0085, 0087, somewhere in that range there. We're at 0089 right now. I can't talk for some reason. The stochastics would suggest that we go lower as well. And the MACD, we're either at a point to bounce or we go lower for a little bit and then we come back up, right? Something like this. I might compare it directly to this, where you're about to break above the 0, but you take one little reprieve and then you push higher, right? Something like that. And in which case, you know, we came down a little bit. We found support at the low ends of this range and then we moved up. We might see the same thing here. So come down to the low ends of this range, find support down here, move up. Something like that could happen. The 1 hour looks uncertain enough, you know. The 4 hour looks more certain of coming down. There's all these reasons to do it, so I bet we do. Looking at the daily time frame here. Daily time frame does have bullish divergence on the RSI. We've kind of seen that move play out already, though. The stochastics are shaping up. We're just waiting for this to come to full force here. We're waiting for us to trend higher and get into that overbought zone, right? We want to get above the 50 first, so soon enough, maybe not today, but over the coming days, we should be on our way higher again. I'm hoping that we don't dip back into the oversold zone. That could be problematic, I think, but nothing too dramatic. Again, I don't think that we're going below this low. We could go below these lows and everything's fine. I would assume that by the time we recover, by the time we pump, it's not going to matter anyways, because you're going to blink and this thing's going to be well above 1 cent again, moving on its way to 2 cents and beyond. And here we are, not even at 1 cent now. Looking at the MACD, there is some bullish divergence between the oscillators, but not any between the histograms, which are more important. Bullish divergence on the stochastics, bullish divergence on the RSI. Hopefully this promotes some kind of growth here over the coming days. And again, I really am, I'm just on the edge of my seat with this thing, because I feel like where we are now, not just price-wise, but just overall, like the aspect of this zone here, it's very similar to what we saw back here. And I think that we're going to get very similar results. I doubt that we pump 3 days and we see this happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the month we were even above there, right? We saw a larger move overall. Maybe it's smaller days. Maybe it's a bunch of days like this where you move up and you wick. I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of tricky price action, but if you just hold, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, if you just hold, everything will be fine. I should have started the video off talking about this, and I didn't talk about this, but I'm actually going to check real quick. Hold on real quick right now. I know with the AWS outage yesterday, a lot of people were unable to see if they were unable to see their staked coins on OnyxCoin. Everything's fine. As far as I know, everything's fine. Let's see here. And I'm looking at mine right now. I've got my stake tokens. I can claim my rewards, all that stuff. Yes, I can see it all right now. So everything should be fine. I think everybody's aware of that by now, but I had a lot of people hit me up in my DMs and asking about that, and on YouTube as well. And I meant to make a comment about that in the beginning of this video. I didn't do it yesterday, but yeah, everything's fine, right? Whenever you have a major outage like that, things get weird for various platforms. So it's unfortunate, but it's how it happens. A lot of people are like, oh my God, this shows us who the real decentralized networks are and who isn't. No, it just shows us who relies on AWS. They're all centralized. Any network, any project that has anything going for it at all is centralized, because there's a centralized driving force behind it. That it has to be that way, right? We're not in the world of decentralized platforms and projects really taking off yet. We're getting there, but we're not there yet, right? You have to compete. You have to have some kind of centralized guidance, whether you like that or not. Crypto, the whole purpose of crypto is to move to a decentralized ecosystem. I get it. And society. That's the whole gift behind it. But you're not just going to go from centralized to decentralized like that. It's going to be centralized, to mainly centralized with aspects of decentralization to mainly decentralized with aspects of centralization to completely decentralized. If we are going to move there, it's going to transition. It's not just going to be a flip of a switch. So again, anybody who's worried about OnyxCoin or any other project that might have had mishaps happen yesterday because of the AWS outage, I would put a pin in that. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Things happen, right? Banks went down, man. Banks went down. Airline services were compromised. It's nobody's safe. If there's internet problems, it's just it's something that happens. It doesn't mean that there's a flaw or a fault in this project. There's just a flaw in the overall system, and that happens. Sometimes those flaws get exploited. Anyways, 00893 right now. 5 days, 11 hours left in this week. Very much expect that we're going to move higher. If we're looking at this weekly time frame here, the RSI is at the same areas that we were last time we found a low here. Same thing with the stochastics and the MACD. For being fair, I don't like that the MACD is crossed above the zero, or crossed below the zero. But what I do like is that we have higher lows in our histogram, higher lows in the histogram there with lower lows in the price. That is bullish divergence, and that likely will allow us to grow here and move higher, coinciding with these low areas and our other indicators that provided our low last time as well. So we should see some growth any day now, any week now. I don't assume that we're going to move at this pace here, but I do assume we're going to get a move that is very similar to that move overall going into the end of the year, something that will be taking us to new all-time highs. Here we are, not even at a cent. The all-time high on this chart, it's 11 cents, but it's like 10.5 cents. But on the all-time history, it's actually like 18 cents. I think that we're going to be seeing prices well above 20 cents. 26 to 32 cents is the target area. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's actually check on OnyxCoin here. Let's check and see. I thought that was funny, that picture right there. Gold to new all-time high. It's a cat just crying. The internet's great. Man, there is not a funnier group of people, I swear, than crypto Twitter, than CT. It really is. No way I'm not long in this. Go long, Face. Do it. No balls. He's going to do it. He's probably already long. What I respect about Face is he'll literally go long and he'll do it in front of people. He won't just do it and then by the time he posts something about it, that's when he's closing. Sometimes it's fast and it can happen like that, but most of the time he's pretty transparent with his trades, which is impressive for the level of funds that he's trading with. Anyways, he's just that confident in his abilities. Let's see. We'd like to advise XCN users that some Onyx services. Okay, so yeah. By the way, follow OnyxCoin because if you have any questions, you can ask me. But I'm not the ambassador of OnyxCoin. I don't work for them. I don't work with them. They've never paid me. I mean, I get staked rewards just like anybody, but other than that, they don't pay me. So I'm just like you guys, right? I know just as much as you. Anything that I know is from them. If you follow OnyxCoin, you can see that here. They post this here. What a timely way for this to happen too, because they got rid of the Onyx DAO. Now it's just Onyx, right? It used to be Onyx DAO for the X page. Now it's just Onyx. I like that better because now nobody can give them crap. What do you mean DAO? Well, it's not a DAO, right? We all know it's very centralized. We all know that, right? Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.